be working with you in 3rd grade today, and we are going to be doing some exciting things, okay? So, what I'd like you to do is think about your new playground. Isn't it cool? I saw it out there. I want you to think about, and we're going to pretend, that you saw someone get hurt on the playground. They might not have been following the playground rules, and they got injured, but there wasn't anyone around to see except for you. So then you have to talk about what you saw with a few different people. We're going to pretend first that we're going to talk about what we saw to our best friend. Okay, so I want you to think about, maybe you saw someone fall off the slide, maybe someone fell off the monkey bars. So think about, let's just pretend we're going to make this up, but I want you to think about on our beautiful new playground, someone got hurt, but you were the only one that saw, and there wasn't any adult around, so you had to tell someone what happened. Okay, so we're going to practice and pretend that we're going to tell someone what happened on the playground. So I want you to turn them and make sure everybody has a partner. So in fact, you know what? Can you come up here? You're going to be his partner. Okay, and everybody else looks like they have, oh, we have one person here that is a partner. I'm going to have you work with this group over here. So when we have partner talk, you're going to turn your body and you're going to face them, okay? So we're going to have a triangle here. So can you bring your whiteboard over here? Thank you very much. All right. So the person with the longest hair in your partner gets to go first. The person with the shortest hair is going to listen first, and then we're going to switch. What happened? What did you do? Tell them that story. Go.
I fell into the pool. Yesterday I saw a girl. She was doing the monkey bars.
And that was pretend, right? We don't want anyone to get hurt on the playground, but sometimes things happen. In fact, my friend over here, he said that he really saw someone get hurt on the playground. What happened? Can you tell us? Okay, stand up and tell the group.
There's a little slide that has a pool right there. Someone ran through it and hurt their nose from the pool right there.
Oh, that must have hurt. Ouch, right? So I asked you to pretend that the person you were talking to was your best friend. Was that easy or hard?
Easy.
It's easy, right? We are all friends here. And when you get excited, don't you get excited talking to your best friends?
Yeah.
I get excited talking to my best friend. And then I'm like, oh, did you see outside of the break? Were you there when she fell or she ran into the slide and she hurt her nose and then she had to go to the nurse? Has that happened to you? No, one time? So the great thing is, it's easy to talk to our friends, isn't it? Yeah? And the kinds of words we use, they're just kind of informal. They're easy, simple words that we use every day, right? Now pretend the person with the shorter hair is going to pretend that the person you're speaking to is Mr. Castillo. So you have to act like Mr. Castillo. What's your Mr. Castillo face? I hope he's smiling, right? So pretend that you're the principal. The person with the longer hair is going to be the principal, Mr. Castillo. And then, oh, listen, I'm not done. Then you get to tell Mr. Castillo what happened. And when we tell the principal what happened, what do we have to say? We have to say the right thing. We can't, oh my gosh, she was running really fast and then she fell and it kind of sometimes embellish and get really excited when you're talking with your friends. With Mr. Castillo, can you be so excited?
No.
No, someone got hurt, right? And it's kind of serious. What if someone got really hurt? And we have to tell the facts. We have to tell the truth. We have to tell the truth. We can't say, oh, and hopefully you weren't the one that pushed that person down the slide, right? That would be very bad. Okay, so we're going to pretend, again, this is just make-believe, that you are talking, the person with the shorter hair is talking to Mr. Castillo, the principal. Tell Mr. Castillo the same story that you made up the first time, but you're going to tell Mr. Castillo. All right, so let's practice. Go ahead.
Okay. Mr. Castillo. Today I saw a girl. She was doing the monkey bars and she fell down from the monkey bars and she got hurt and I just saw no one else. That said, she wasn't there neither. She was supposed to be there. She wasn't there. Was it at recess? At recess, but she wasn't there. They're not with the ball. Did the person go to the nurse? Yeah.
It was me. What else happened? What happened next? Went to the nurse. Did you help him go to the nurse? Okay, tell him more. Tell him more. Remember, she's Mr. Castillo. So, how did that go? Was it easy to talk to Mr. Castillo?
For me.
How many of you thought it was easy? Raise your hand. Because we always tell the truth, right? We always tell everything in a very factual way. How many of you thought it was kind of hard to talk to an adult about what happened? Because we have to choose the right words to make sure that we say exactly what happened. Because Mr. Castillo wants to know the facts, right? He wants to know what happened. How many of you told Mr. Castillo what time it was? Right? How many of you talked about who was hurt? Did you say their name?
Yeah.
How many of you talked about that you helped the person to the nurse's office? Okay, so you told Mr. Castillo. And how many of you called the person Mr. Castillo? Well, Mr. Castillo. You did. We practiced together. It was a little bit more formal. Can you say the word formal?
Formal.
When you talk to your best friend, it's informal. It's friendly language. Friendly. Can you say friendly language?
Friendly.
When you talk to Mr. Castillo, it's more what? Adult language. Formal language. So today, I'm here to make sure that when we learn and when we speak and write, we're paying attention to the different audiences that we're speaking to. So the first time, your audience was your best friend. That was the person who you were speaking to. Who was your audience the second time we practiced? Mr. Castillo. And it was more formal. It was adult language, right? So now we're going to practice again. And I want you to tell your mom or dad. So you're going to pretend the person's your mom or dad. And I want you to have the same conversation, and it might sound like this. Oh, Mom, you're never going to believe what happened today at recess. And I want you to finish that story to your mom or dad. So now who's speaking? We're going to switch again. The person with the longer hair will speak and pretend that the person with the shorter hair is their mom or dad. Are you ready? Okay, go.
One person, you cannot believe what happened to my friend today at recess. She was sliding down and she turned and she rolled off the slide and got hurt. Did you go with her to the office? Yeah, I helped her go to the nurse to get an ice pack. But is she good? Yeah. My friend just fell down on the monkey bars and they went to tell the teacher and I helped them go up
She was finishing her sentence. Very
to
good.
the nurse.
What if now we're going to switch one more time and the person with the shorter hair is going to speak to the person with the longest hair, and you're going to pretend that they're your little brother or your little sister or a little cousin or someone if you don't have a little brother or sister. Now, let me ask you a question. When we speak to our little brothers and sisters or little cousins, or maybe someone in kindergarten that you know, do we have to use adult language?
No.
What kind of We have to use baby language? What does that mean? Goo goo gaga. But can we use big words? Will they understand big words? No. Will they understand adult words? No. We have to speak simple. We have to speak in simple, direct sentences, right? And we have to teach them. Do we want them to get hurt on the playground? No. So when you speak to a child, a person that's smaller than you, what do you want to do? You're going to use this story to teach them about hopefully some playground rules, right? Maybe to help them prevent themselves from getting hurt themselves. So you're going to have some time to practice speaking to a child. And I know this is all pretend, but you guys are being such good sports, and you're trying to practice, because we have to practice speaking to different people at different times. So, who's speaking? Person with the short hair. Who is the person with the people with the longer hair? Little brother, little sister. So let's pretend. Are you ready? And if you run, you might bump into someone. So walk and be safe. How do you do? You do a good job? You guys are doing a good job. I like the way you were looking at me when I was speaking to you. All right. Back to the front of the room. Are you ready to tell me how that went? Was it easy or hard? How many of you thought it was easy to talk to your little brother, little sister, or kindergartner? How many of you thought it was hard? So why was it easy or hard? What kind of words did we use to talk to our simple words? What other words did we use to speak to our easy, simple, baby? I liked this partner group over here. I spent some time with them. What did you tell your partner? Can you stand up? He's being a brave volunteer. Thank you, Ethan. He pretended to tell his little brother. What did you tell your little brother? Sister. Oh, little sister, right? To be careful. Why? Because it's dangerous. And what did you say? What happens if you run and you're not looking? You can bump into someone. So guess what? When we speak to little children, our baby brothers or sisters, or kindergartners, we teach them, don't we? We have to be role models. So you use different language to speak to them. Then would you have that same conversation with Mr. Castillo? No. No, because what kind of language did we use to speak to Mr. Castillo? No. Adult language. And what kind of language did we use to speak to our mom and dad? Adult language, but was it the same as Mr. Castillo? No. Yes. A little bit yes and a little bit no, right? How was it similar to Mr. Castillo's conversation? I want you to talk about that with your partner. How was your mom and dad's conversation the same or different from Mr. Castillo's?
Pretty funny and easy. And Mr. Castillo's was hard.
How was it the same?
How the same or different? The difference of my mom and Mr. Castillo is because my mom makes funny says funny stuff, and my dad too, and Mr. Castillo is a little bit more harder.
Mr. Castillo, it might sound different than when we speak to who? Your baby sister, baby brother, or even your best friend, right? Or a kindergartner. So sometimes we use adult language, and sometimes we use baby or easy. I like the word simple. Everybody say simple. Did you say simple? That was A+ for the day, right? All right. So we're going to watch a couple of videos, and we're gonna decide: do we hear simple language, or do we hear big adult language? Okay. So I want you to listen for the different words that we're going to see. And before we watch this video, I just want to remind you, I know because your teachers told me, that you've been looking at different biomes. Does that word sound familiar? What is a biome? What is a biome? I'm going to take a volunteer. Yes, sir.
A bio is a land
That was a good start. I want you to turn to your partner and discuss what is a biome. We have an example of one kind of biome. What kind of biome will you We have the ocean biome, and in a biome we have different, it's a place. What was your definition of biome? Can you stand up for me?
My definition of what a biome is a part of land that has its own name.
It's a part of land that has its own name. Agree? Yeah. Does anyone have something to add? That was a great definition. Anything that you want to add to your definition? Tell your friends.
The name of a land?
The name of a land. So we're looking at different biomes because they have different names to describe where different plants and animals live. Would ocean animals live in the desert biome?
No.
Why not?
No water.
There's no water? It's pretty dry. You're right. Absolutely. So some biomes have animals and plants that live just in that one place, right? So we're going to look at a couple videos about the ocean biomes and see if they use adult language or child language to describe the biomes.
Explore the Ocean by Sogyung and Rachel.
Can you hear it?
About plants in the ocean. The ocean is a biome that is all over the earth. It is a saltwater biome. Oceans are very beautiful. Many living things live in the ocean. Let's explore the ocean together. Cow. Most people think of plants, they imagine trees or flowers or grass. But did you know there are many types of plants in the ocean? For example, one type of plant is kelp. Kelp is a giant seaweed. They don't grow from seeds. Instead, they grow from tiny cells called spores. Kelp usually live about 9 to 10 years. Kelp is found everywhere in the ocean. We hope you can take actions to protect the ocean. Also, we hope you enjoyed learning about the ocean. The end.
All right. I want you to turn to your partner and talk about the kind of words that you heard and who you think is speaking in this video. So go ahead and turn to your partners.
I think like a little baby sister or someone was talking. I heard like a little because they have a voice like that. Baby voice, not an adult voice.
And if you agree or disagree, okay? Go ahead and continue. You can use your sentence frame. I know it's a student speaking because. Can you start the sentence again? They use sentences, right? They use sentences words. Do you agree? Tell her, I agree, and use your frame. I agree with you because. And why do you agree? She said it right? And what did she say? That they use what kind of words? Plain and simple. Put that sentence together. I agree.
And they're
Because they use easy words. You even changed your answer to make it better. Great job. Who they were speaking to? Who was their audience? Who were they trying to teach about the ocean? You, right? Other people, and specifically, do you think they were trying to teach adults about the ocean?
No.
Who was their audience?
Us.
that they were older or younger than third grade?
Younger than
Younger.
Why do you think that they were younger? What kind of words did you hear them use?
Different words.
One at a time. We can't all speak together or else we won't hear our great ideas. Okay? I don't have your sticks ready, but I'm going to take a volunteer first. So they used a mix of child language and adult language because is phytoplankton an easy baby word? That's a big word. Does anyone know what phytoplankton is after watching the video?
Is it an animal? Is it a plankton?
Well, I know some of you who watch SpongeBob.
Yeah.
Yeah, the little green guy.
Yeah, no, still.
They said that phytoplankton actually make the ocean green. So do you think is phytoplankton plant or animal? It was green.
Animal. Octopus.
We'll have to look into that. Actually, it said in the video that it was a plant, and because we know plants are green. Have you seen any people that are green?
No.
Any animals that are green?
I
You
saw
see animals that are green. Okay. What about, we heard the word algae. Algae also is green. Oh, it's my turn. Thank you. And I'm giving you lots of time to practice speaking with your friends today. But we said, who is speaking in that video? Students or adults? Students or children. And who are they speaking to? Who is their audience? Us. Okay, so now I'm going to show you another video. I want you to listen carefully. Let's decide who is speaking and who is their audience. What kind of words are they using? Like when you're speaking to another person that you're looking at them. See, they're looking at each other's eyes. They're speaking to each other. When we speak to each other, it's very important to look at that person in the eye and make them know that you're listening. Sometimes you can nod, and that was a good illustration of that. I think it's ready for our video. Are you ready for the video?
Like terrestrial biomes, the world's
I'm gonna turn it
oceans
up.
and other bodies of water can be categorized into ecological communities. But unlike land biomes, aquatic biomes are not determined
Listen
by
to the words.
The factors that contribute to aquatic biomes are the availability of sunlight, water temperature, salinity, and depth, as well as other
It's all about the ocean. Does it sound the same?
Aquatic biomes are freshwater or marine, and estuaries, marshes, and swamps support organisms that can go from one into the other, as well as live in their own unique ecosystems. Within the marine environment, most biodiversity is concentrated in tropical coral reefs, or underneath the ice shelves off Antarctica.
We watched another video, and what kind of language did they use?
Adult.
Language. Adult. A couple mixes, but was it mostly adult words? And lots of vocabulary words, big words that we need to learn, and you will learn over time. But in third grade, we don't know all those words. Did you hear the word marine? That's a synonym for ocean. So they're using big synonyms that maybe we don't know or aren't familiar with. It's not familiar language. It's not simple language. It's adult academic language. Can you say academic? Academic language is what you are learning in school. Every year you're going to learn more and more words so that you will eventually sound, as you become an adult, more like an adult when we use very formal language and big vocabulary words. So I want you to turn to your partner and tell your partner about the differences between the videos. What kind of words did they use, and which one was more fun to listen to?
That the adult language and the other video is like teach us about the ocean and animals. I think what they do and the first video was about and they were using like kind of a mix, and the second one about the ocean. I think it was adult language.
We speak to different audiences. We use different kinds of words to communicate. So your little brother or little sister gets simple words. Mr. Castillo, your mom or dad or other adults get more. What kind of words?
Adult.
Adult words. So quickly, I want the short hair partner to tell the long hair partner. What kind of words do we use for different audiences? And then we're gonna